Welcome to the Choose Life, Choose Music podcast with me, Jack Reeves. This is the show in which we explore the importance of music in life by talking to the people who make it, the musicians. On top of this, we will be asking our guests their memories of live music, from their first gig to their favourite, as well as asking the all-important question, which three artists they couldn't live without. And all there is to do is introduce today's guest. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Choose Life, Choose Music podcast for me, Jack Reeves. I'll be your host today. And we've got an interesting guest on today. We've got Charlie Stableford, Birmingham-based guitarist who, he does it all. He does guitar, he does drums, he does bass, does a bit of everything. You do talk about that, but we also talk about his departure from music, starting his own clothing brand, what it's like being a guitar student and then moving on to being a guitar teacher, as well as his love for rock. It's a brilliant episode. Hope you stick around and enjoy. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can check us out at Choose Life, Choose Music Podcast. And yeah, see you at the end. Enjoy. I'll start with when did you start to learn to play guitar?
So I first started to play guitar when I was about I started originally when I was about 6, and I did it for about a year, and I gave it up. And then when I got older, probably about 10, I decided to pick it back up again.
Yeah.
And I started off with guitar. I've been playing that now. So for 11 years, I'm 21. But I've started playing drums as well as bass.
Yeah, so, how have you found that, moving on to different instruments?
I've never had a bass or a drum lesson. I've picked it up from playing in bands over the years. I enjoy it. I enjoy the free role to be able to listen to a song and play it on a certain instrument. That's what I enjoy the most. So it's been good.
Yeah, I play guitar. I started like, you probably call it a late bloomer.
Yeah.
I started when I was 14.
Never too late.
Never too late. And it was sick. And I've just picked up a bass guitar last year. Now I found that really fun.
Brilliant.
And yeah, I think playing guitar beforehand has definitely helped. Moving on to playing bass. So what are you doing right now? I know you're studying music. How's that going?
So yeah, that's going well. In between studying, I was teaching for a music rock school online called Birmingham Rock School. That's where I actually learned how to play guitar. So that was nice to go back as a teacher over COVID. But I teach privately as well. So that's my main job in the music industry at the moment. Yeah. I'm not in any bands at the moment because obviously COVID, can't do any gigs.
Yeah.
But I will be back to it sometime this year.
Yeah. How do you find moving from being the student to being the teacher? Was it a bit of a culture shock? A
lot of people ask me this and they get surprised by my answer. I've really enjoyed teaching because I've enjoyed earning consistent money rather than being in a band where it's so inconsistent. One night you can play to a full venue, the next night can be empty.
Yeah.
Expenses as well. I've not missed paying expenses of being in a band. So petrol, rehearsal studios, equipment, stuff like that. Like I've not missed it, but I've missed performing. Performing like mad. Yeah,
that's what I was speaking to many artists, and they, especially with COVID, that's the thing they've missed. They've missed that. Yeah. Like, I imagine that's such a rush being on stage. Would you agree?
Yeah, it really is. But it'll be nice when things open up again, which surely there will be. Mm-hmm. Like, you know people are going to go to these gigs, get the atmosphere going again. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. You did mention that you were being in bands. You were in the band called Sketch. You were one of the founding members, weren't you?
Well, there was 2 people called Matt, and they started it off on their own. And I was kind of the first guitarist that they invited to join them. So I wasn't a founder, but I was there early days.
Yeah.
So we specialised in punk and alternative music.
Yeah.
So I was the guitarist in that, but I also played drums for some of our live shows as well. So we would swap around, which is quite unique.
Yeah.
They caught a lot of people's attention. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you came to see us a few times. Actually.
Yeah, well, that's actually when I first met you. As
There you go.
where was it?
I
It'd
think
be
it's
like
Sunflower Lounge.
yeah. Oh, it might have been Oh, I'm not sure. We interviewed you beforehand.
Yes, the
It was
Asylum.
that's
Yes,
it. Yeah, the
yes,
asylum.
I remember that.
Yeah. That's ages ago.
That was about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, mad. So yeah, what was playing live like that with them?
For Sketch, it was honestly amazing because
Yeah.
we all studied together. We're all quite close friends, so it made the writing process easier.
Hmm.
It made the whole band diplomacy is the word. It
Yeah, yeah,
diplomacy, yeah. It
yeah,
made it easier because we're all
yeah,
really close with each other.
yeah.
Performing
There was
wise,
no lead guy. It was
yeah,
all
yeah.
yeah,
So performing wise, like the same feeling transferred on stage. We all
yeah,
felt so confident with each other, so natural that we knew we could do what we want. So the
yeah,
singer Foley, he likes to go crazy on stage. Like one gig, he was rolling around on the floor, but
yeah,
it was brilliant. It sounds stupid, but that's what people wanted to see.
yeah.
And in
Like
in
you come for the
sketch,
music and
yeah,
stay for the madness.
yeah, in sketch, it just felt normal doing that. So the chemistry
Yeah,
was definitely there.
yeah. You released the EP. Was it Don't Cook Drunk?
That's it. Yeah.
How was producing that? Did you produce it yourself or?
So we went to a studio in Kings Norton to record that, but the writing process for that was quite unique. So the two Matts actually wrote 90% of it, probably 2 weeks before we booked into the studio.
Yeah,
And myself and the bass guitarist, we learnt the whole album 2 days before the studio, and we added our bits to it there and then.
yeah.
So
Jeez.
I don't think many bands would usually do that, but that's just how
No,
it
pretty last
ended up with
minute.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the two Matts were like brothers, so they would have
Hmm.
intense writing sessions together and bring what they wrote to
Yeah.
myself and the bass player, and we kind of added in our own parts,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that worked really well for us.
No, there's a lot of bands that do that. They have like the two key writers. Like a band that comes to mind, like the Smiths, it was
Yeah.
Morrissey and Johnny Marr. They would write, and then the bassist and drummer would come in, add their own little bits. That's cool.
Have Sketch just been compared to the Smiths? That's
I
brilliant.
think I don't know if Foley would want to be compared to Morrissey though.
Oh,
so,
yeah. True.
Yeah. Were the songs they wrote was they feel like personal, own self stories?
Yeah, so because the two Matts wrote those together,
Yeah,
there was a lot of personal experiences for them within the songs.
yeah,
But I feel like that worked really well for us because that emotion transferred to the live shows. We had songs which were really energetic about partying, where people will go wild in the audience, and then we had the stripped back songs,
yeah.
which kind of brought the mood down a bit, but it was a nice contrast.
Oh yeah. I was talking to another lead singer. He said he found it quite hard to perform a lot of their early stuff because it was so personal to them. Did you ever write? Because he wrote songs based on films. Because it
Yeah.
wasn't. Did they ever write stuff fictitious, or was it?
Um, I think all of our songs were about true stories or
Yeah,
events that had happened to us. Really, I was never involved in the lyric writing.
yeah,
So that was left to the two Matts. But I know all of them, yeah, probably all of them were the
yeah.
stories that they'd encountered, like as
Uh,
themselves.
are you able to tell any of these stories? Or are they risque?
Uh, well, one of the songs that we wrote and didn't release was called Felicity, and it was
Yeah.
about a girl that we studied with called Felicity. She knows the song is about her. She's absolutely fine with it, but it was just about like her being a good-looking girl and the two Matts having their eyes on her.
Yeah.
So the song was called Felicity. Like the lyrics speak for themselves. I don't think it's a big secret. So
No,
yeah, I'm sure they won't mind me telling you that.
no. Obviously you're not with them now. Why did you decide to obviously not like fall apart from them, but to leave the band?
Yeah, so for me, it was probably the time commitment. I was struggling to keep up with the dedication that I wanted. So
Yeah,
I took it onto myself to remove myself from the band because I want them to do the best. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I probably said that I was leaving to them. Um, I don't know. I probably played gigs with them for about 6 months longer.
yeah,
Like, because I said to them, like, until we find a new guitarist, I'll stay because we've got these gigs booked in. It's only fair.
yeah,
So it wasn't like a bad breakup. They understood my position, and I
yeah,
still help them, and I still support them now.
yeah, yeah. No, they're still going strong.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So, what did you move on to afterwards? I know you've got your own clothing brand. How did you move from making music to
Yes.
making clothes?
So this is something that I never saw coming.
Yeah,
My best friend from school, he was running the clothing for about a year, and it wasn't
yeah,
really getting anywhere. He wanted a bit of inspiration, so I said I'd jump in and help him with the business side of it, more the admin side. And from that, we just kind of clicked working together, and we started expanding. We started getting more attention, making sales, and
yeah,
it's been growing now for about a year and a half. And we've got some loyal customers, and we sell to a lot of bands within Birmingham, which is
yeah.
amazing.
I was going to say, like looking through the designs, they do look like you could have like a band. It could be like a band T-shirt, even like tattoo designs in a
Yeah.
sense. Did that ever cross your mind when you were making them?
Connor is the guy that does all the designing. He
Yeah,
loves his music. He's covered in tattoos, so it's his inspiration. And
yeah,
we're both into rock metal music, so I
yeah,
think the designs kind of display that from both of us. Like, they're definitely more along the rock slash metal
yeah,
scene
yeah.
than your pop scene.
Yeah, no, it is really cool. How well have you done? If you can say, how well have you done off that?
It's been a lot better than expected,
Yeah,
but we put a fair bit of our success down to COVID, actually, because when we
hmm,
first went into lockdown, people were online shopping like mad.
yeah,
So we really channeled into that, and it worked for us.
yeah, yeah,
Like, our top selling months ever was May 2020 and April 2020, and
yeah.
that's like the first 2 months we were into lockdown.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
One good thing about COVID
Well,
happening.
yeah, the only good thing about
Yeah.
COVID.
I want to cycle back into the music. Where did you first like love music? Like, do you have that first key memory?
That's really hard one. I've got two older siblings, and they both had massive music speakers in their rooms.
Yeah,
So I've been brought up in a house where music's been playing 24/7. But they were into mainstream pop music at the time, Beyonce, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
So completely different to what I'm into now. But those are my first memories of music, just listening through the walls to
yeah,
music that I don't like now, but still hold memories to me.
yeah, yeah. Like a nostalgic
Yeah, but
feeling.
the first time getting into rock music was through Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of hours playing Guitar Hero when I was a kid, and
yeah,
that's definitely what got me wanting to play music live.
yeah. Oh, I've heard many people say Guitar Hero is where it all
Yeah.
started. Did you feel like it was also slightly rebelling against the pop listening sisters and stuff?
Yeah, trying to stand out in the family, I think.
Yeah,
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 definitely one of them.
yeah. Do you remember who like your first the big favorite like rock band was?
It was definitely a band called Megadeth. I used to
Yeah,
love them so much.
yeah. Was that from Rock Guitar Hero?
I think it was. I think it was from Guitar Hero. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm a big rock fan myself. It wasn't through Guitar Hero. I think it was just sort of angst, trying to rebel.
Yeah.
Because my dad listens to like folk music.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, and I was like, I don't want to hear about someone singing about trees or fields anymore. But I felt like something like Linkin Park or White Stripes. That's like
Yeah.
White Stripes is my big first love.
I like White Stripes.
Yeah, brilliant. Um, yeah. So was it? Who would you say was your first guitar hero? Say.
Wow. I think it would have to be the frontman from Megadeth, who was Dave Mustaine. I
Yeah,
used to idolize him as a young teenager. Read his
yeah,
autobiography, watched all of his videos.
yeah.
He was my hero. But as I grew up, I kind of found out like he was a bit of an asshole. So I've kind
I
of
fe-
like grown away from him.
yeah, I feel rock and metal, they do have a lot of assholes in
Yeah.
them. Do you ever feel like it makes you listen to them less, or you feel a bit it's like guilt listening to certain artists?
I think it motivates me to not be like them. So to
Yeah.
kind of achieve the same greatness that they did, but without
Hmm.
the attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
that's
mean,
awfully hard.
yeah, it's like when you get to that certain level, the ego just takes over.
Yeah.
But I do feel actually with rock, the ego isn't there as much as compared to genres like pop and rap. Especially with rap, it's so like grandiose with the lyricism. This is the part of the show in which our guests tell us about the first gig they went to, as well as the best gig that they've ever been to. Remember to follow us at Choose Life, Choose Music Podcast on Instagram to keep up with the latest episode releases.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So the first gig that I attended was actually Megadeth. But
Yeah.
another one of my favourite bands was co-headlining it, called Lamb of God.
Yeah.
So I think it was 2015, so I was 15 at the time. And I went with a few friends who were a bit older. And I think for the first gig, it was quite brutal. Like the mosh
Yeah.
pits were insane.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it because I managed to get to the front and I felt like
Yeah.
I was like 10 meters away from my heroes at the time. That was mind blowing for
Yeah.
15-year-old Charlie. Like,
I still get like that today when I go to gigs. Well, I haven't been recently due to obvious reasons,
Yeah.
but when you get there, like the nerves kick in, and then the actor scene comes on. You're like, I can't believe it. I've
Yeah.
listened to these for so long, and I'm actually seeing them. Yeah, that is a pretty brutal gig to start off. Did you join in with the moshing?
I tried, but I don't think I think at times I had to keep my distance because I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, yeah,
But it was a brilliant night, like a really good memory, especially
yeah,
for a first gig. Like I'm so glad that was my first gig.
yeah. What was the venue?
I can't remember. I think it was the O2 Academy in Birmingham,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I remember rightly.
yeah.
But it was
That
a
was
really good lineup. There was Children of Bodom, Silosis, Lamb of God, and Megadeth.
Yeah.
Now, as
Yeah.
I've grown up, I've gone to like all four of them even more.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of weird. Like I saw the band live and then I got into them.
No, yeah. I think I've seen. I went to see Johnny Marr, just the guitarist Smiths live, doing his solo stuff and a couple of Smith songs. But I saw the band before. They were called Parma Violets.
Oh, okay, yeah, heard of
Yeah, and I was like, I'd never heard of them. I only rocked up early because we were just gonna get some beers in. I was like, these are actually sick, and they were almost kind of better than Johnny Marr
them.
himself.
Yeah,
So yeah, I got into them a lot. There's a few like that. Sometimes I think it's the surprise of the pre-act, and it just outweighs the.
yeah, definitely.
When 2015, so you were 15 when you first went.
Yeah.
For some, that'd be quite a late bloomer for live gigs. Was you not interested in going to live gigs before that?
I think the main problem there was that I was the only one of my friends or family that enjoyed heavy metal music.
Yeah,
So yeah, all like other people probably would have been to festivals with family since I like young teens, but I
Yeah.
never got to experience that. I've still not been to a festival actually.
really.
I'm 21. Like it's on my
To be fair-
bucket list.
Yeah, to be fair, I've only been to 2 in the past, like ever, and that was in the past 3 years. So
Yeah.
yeah, I went to a small one called Blue Dot, which is near Manchester, which is like it's got like weird electronic music
Okay.
and guitar stuff. And I went to Reading Festival in
Brilliant.
2019, which was terrifying. It
Who
was such
headlined
like
them?
that would have been Foo Fighters,
Oh,
like Post Malone, 1975. But no,
Brilliant
I only
lineup.
what? Yeah. Foo Fighters was unreal. They did
I want to
like,
see them.
yeah, we did a like 3 hour set. It was crazy.
That's brilliant. I'm
Yeah.
jealous, very jealous.
But yeah, that's like such a drop in the like deep end compared to the other festival I went to.
Yeah.
It was like so packed. It was so hot.
At least you can say you've done it.
Yeah, and I would do it, and I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Now I've learned the do's and don'ts of it. Yeah, so I'll move on to now. So what's the best ever gig you've been to?
So that's a really hard decision.
You can choose more than one
okay, bro.
if you have to.
I want to say Metallica because they're my all-time favorite bands. But I saw them, I think it was about 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
They're really past their prime. So
Yeah.
they've been going for like 40 years now. And I feel like I've seen them at the end of their career rather than in their prime. So for that reason they're not my favourite, but it's up there. A band called Dinosaur Pilot that play Mama Roo's in Birmingham.
Yeah, I saw them at Reading.
Oh, they are unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think that has to be my all-time favourite gig, and that's saying something when I've seen all these like big names, big bands, and it's a little band that's been my favourite.
Yeah,
that just shows how good they were. They were immense. The atmosphere was amazing. Oh, brilliant night.
They were so good at Reading. They were doing a secret set, so they weren't on any of the posters. But I just got a notification on the phone saying Dinosaur Pile Up are playing in this really small tent, and I went there and it was mad, so good.
That's unbelievable. But yeah, that's my best gig.
Yeah, Mama Roo's as well. That's a really good venue. I saw this rap group there called Injury Reserve, and it was like the sweatiest gig I've ever been to. It's just the mosh pits were massive. It was non-stop for like an hour and a half.
How to sum up Mama Roo's gigs?
Sweaty.
I like that.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's good. It's a really nice venue though.
It is lovely.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah, I think I agree with. I prefer seeing the smaller bands than the bigger bands because I think it's like an intimate thing about it, especially with Dinosaur Pile Up in the small venue. You're seeing them up close. They're not like you're not in the back of a massive field watching them on a screen.
Exactly. I went and saw Red Hot Chili Peppers at the Barclaycard Arena a few years back. Another one of my favourite all-time bands. I probably paid like £80 for a ticket, and I was seated all the way at the back.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is rubbish. Like they're little ants on stage. Like I can't even stand up.
Yeah.
So I much prefer the little bands, as you said.
Yeah. That's it. The most expensive gig I've been to was at Manchester Arena to see Muse, and that was sitting, and I was like, it's just not it. It was good. It was an amazing show. It was they like had the stage in the middle.
Yeah, they're showmen. They are.
Yeah. So it was sick, but then I was like, oh, I could be down there in the crowd.
Yeah.
And it was like 75, 80 quid as well. It's like yeah. The best gigs I've gone to are like 11 quid, 15 quid.
Agreed.
You can't beat them.
A sketch gig.
Yeah. I've seen, I haven't paid once to see sketch.
There you go.
Yeah. No, small gigs are the best gigs.
For sure.
In the final segment of the show, we ask our guests the 3 artists that they couldn't live without. It's like Desert Island Disc, but better. 3rd artist that you can't live without.
Now, the 3rd artist was the hardest one to choose because there's a clear top 2. But I've decided on Nirvana because I absolutely love Kurt Cobain. The emotion in his songwriting kind of reflects his lifestyle and obviously the tragic end to it. So, and that part of rebellion, as you were saying earlier, I think the rebellious part in me likes Nirvana.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of Nirvana back in like start of high school, and there's like everyone, nothing could top it. They were like my favorite band for like 2.5 years, just incredible.
Yeah, I feel like I can listen to like most albums song by song without skipping,
Oh
and
yeah,
I'll
definitely.
just be
Yeah,
happy.
there's not many artists you could do that
Exactly.
to.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
why they're in third place for me.
yeah. What would you say if you had to pick a favorite song by them?
Oh,
Which one would it
it's
be?
mainstream, but it's got to be Heart Shaped Box for me.
Yeah,
But I like Breed and Floyd the Barber from
yeah.
Bleach.
Heart Shape Box is brilliant.
Yeah,
I was,
it's just great fun to play, great fun to
yeah,
scream along to it.
yeah. That's with Nirvana and a lot of grunge bands. It's just so you can just scream along, quiet verse, screaming chorus. It's just
That's
perfect.
it. That's what you
Yeah.
want.
And who are you picking for your second?
My second artist is Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, I just love the fact that they combine rock, rap,
Yeah.
funk, bit of pop. I just find it so interesting musically.
Mm-hmm.
So the way Flea and the guitarists of whatever albums, they have the free roll. Like there's no on some songs there's like no set chord structure.
No.
It's just a guitarist playing a riff and Flea playing a bass riff.
Yeah, a lot of it, especially with their earlier albums, it feels like it is like played live. Like
Yeah,
they're just making up as they go along. But
exactly.
it all just
Like
comes so perfect.
I absolutely love that. And the contrast between the albums. So I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, a song from Californication, a song from By the Way, and then a song from another one of their albums, Stadium Arcadia.
Yeah.
Like, they're completely different. You've
Yeah.
got rock, you got a bit of rap, and then funk.
It's not
So-
even from like 3 different albums. You could just pick one song from
yeah.
California and then another one from the same album, and it would be completely different, but still fit.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think's the better guitarist then, out of John Frusciante or Josh Klinghoffer?
Frusciante all day long.
Yeah, he's coming back, isn't he?
He is. I think it's great because he was a fan of the Chili's before he was in them.
Yeah.
But I think drug abuse just sent his career downhill. But hopefully now it's back on track. We can get some good Red Hot Chili Peppers again.
Yeah. If you had to pick a favorite by them, which one would it be?
It changes every week. At the moment, it's probably Suck My Kiss at the moment.
Yeah.
But Charlie takes a runner up.
Yeah, Charlie is my favorite. Is it yours because of the name or
not because the name, but that's another reason, I guess. Deep down in my heart.
Yeah, I think it's so weird because I was like massive into Nirvana, and then I went into the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was I got the Stadium Arcadium double album in a charity shop, and I picked it up because my dad really loved the By the Way album.
Yeah.
So I listened to that on repeat. I was like, oh my god, they've got like so many albums. So I just started picking them up, and I was like, yeah, they're incredible. Brilliant. And there's like, I don't listen to them as much now, but I do go back, and it is like a nostalgic feeling about it. It's just so good. And for your, I think I can guess who your number one is from before. So who is your number one artist that you can't live without?
My number one artist is Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that knows me that is watching this will know that this was coming a mile off.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with Metallica.
Yeah. What is it about them?
I just think it's hard to explain. Like, they're heavy metal, like really heavy, but without the screaming vocals.
Yeah.
So you can hear the lyrics and you can hear the guitar.
Yeah.
They're not really technically gifted, so to speak, in terms of the guitar. They kind of use the same scales for their solos. But it's just what I like the sound of.
Yeah.
Like, I like that they keep to the same pattern.
Yeah. If it works, why change in it?
Exactly. So their early stuff I absolutely love. But as they got on for their career, I don't really like some of the new stuff. But I still see the old stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of that with them, especially in the metal. If people change, well,
Yeah.
I know it doesn't really happen with Metallica, but with like bands like Bring Me the Horizon, say they change their sound, or this absolutely hate.
Yeah.
But like the old stuff's still there. You don't have to
Exactly,
listen to this. Yeah,
Sometimes change is good.
yeah, exactly. I got a mate who's obsessed with Metallica as well. He always sends me videos of him. Just I don't know why I don't ask for them, but it was like send me a video on Snapchat. I've been playing bass onto it. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Like, he just wants me to stroke his ego. Really, let's be real.
Bless him.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said you've seen have you seen them more than that once?
I only seen them once, so
Yeah.
I think they've only been to Birmingham like 1 or 2 times in the last
Mm.
5-10 years. So I only
Yeah.
got to see them once. But as I said, it was amazing to see them. But I just
Yeah.
wish I'd seen them 30 years earlier.
In their prime.
Yeah.
If you had to pick between seeing Metallica in their prime or Nirvana, who are you choosing?
I'm gonna have to say Metallica.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
But you know that typical question, like who would you have over to dinner for like a dinner party?
Mhm.
I'd have Kurt Cobain over any member of Metallica.
Yeah.
So
No.
there you go.
Yeah. And if you had to pick a favorite song by Metallica,
Oh wow. There's too many going through my head right now. Last one I played was probably Fade to Black. So let's go with that.
yeah,
Yeah,
classic,
let's go
innit?
for it. Yeah. There's too many to pick from. I love them all equally.
Like picking your favorite child.
It is. It is.
Cheers for coming on, Charlie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I hope your teaching of guitar leads to great things, and I'll put your links to your your clothing brand and your socials in the description.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Big thanks to Charlie for coming on today's episode of Choose Life, Choose Music podcast. If you enjoyed that episode, you can check out others on our SoundCloud and our YouTube, which is just Choose Life, Choose Music podcast. And yeah, if you want to check out Charlie's clothing, which I'd highly recommend, you can check out Cut Deep Clothing on their Instagram. And if you were interested in hearing his old band Sketch, they've got a Spotify where you can listen to all their tracks. So yeah, I'll see you on the next episode. Have a good day.